Kia ora koutou. Hello everyone. My name's Michelle Jordan-Tong and I'm the Associate Dean Academic at the University of Waikato's Management School. Thank you for joining us. I'll be talking to you about our undergraduate programs, the degrees that we offer, and why studying at Waikato Management School is a great idea. You'll also hear from one of our students about her experiences studying with us. So, why study at Waikato Management School? Well, we have something called Triple Crown accreditation, so we're in the top 1% of all business schools worldwide. There are 3 international agencies that accredit business schools in terms of quality of teaching and research, and we have been accredited by all 3 of those organisations. We're also ranked number 1 in New Zealand in subjects of business and economics, and 9 of the country's top economists are teaching and researching in the Waikato Management School. Our public relations program is the only one in Oceania certified by the Public Relations Society of America, and we're globally recognised for our chartered accountancy program. We have 4 undergraduate degree options available: the Bachelor of Management Studies with Honours, which is a 4-year degree, the Bachelor of Business, which is a 3-year degree, as is the Bachelor of Climate Change, which is new in 2022, and the Bachelor of Communication. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about each of these. First of all, just to show you a little bit about the example of the degree structure at University of Waikato, you'll see, just to help you to understand some of the things that I'll talk about later, our degrees are described in terms of years, number of years for study. Each year is equivalent to 120 points. So in a typical year, you'll do 8 15-point papers. So you'll see that in your first year of study, you'll do 100 level papers, in your second year 200 level, and in your third year a combination of 300 level and 200 level papers. We'll talk a little bit more about majors and electives as we go along. So, the Bachelor of Management Studies with Honours. This is a 4-year degree, and we've offered this qualification since 1972. In 2022, the Waikato Management School will be celebrating our 50th birthday. So we're young by international standards in terms of business schools, and that's what part of the magic of the place that makes us so adaptive and agile. But this qualification has been our flagship program throughout that time, and we've continued to improve it and change it to meet the needs of industry. In this program, you'll do 2 work integrated learning papers. We pride ourselves on the quality of the papers that we offer that integrate students' learning with industry needs and potential employment outcomes following on from study. And in the 3rd and 4th years, you do postgraduate level study and general management papers. For the Bachelor of Management Studies with Honours and for the Bachelor of Business, we have 10 major subjects, and you'll see those there: accounting, digital business, economics, finance, human resource management, marketing, public relations, strategic management, supply chain management, and tourism and hospitality management. So this is the typical structure of the Bachelor of Management Studies with Honours. You'll see that the yellow boxes show where the major subject sits for a single major. The grey boxes show the core papers for the program, and the blue boxes show where you can fit elective or minor papers. Equally, you can do a double major. The gold yellow boxes show where your first major will go, and the lighter colour yellow boxes show where your second major would go. So your second major can be any of those 10 subjects I listed before, or in fact can be from any subject offered by the University of Waikato. And when you hear from our student speaker later on, you'll hear what she's done to combine 2 majors within her degree. Here's an example of a single major in digital business. You'll see that in the first year of study you do Digib 101, the world of digital business, and MGSIS 101, digital business and supply chain management. You also do 4 of our business fundamentals. You'll see the 5 listed down below. MGSIS 101 is already one of the fundamentals, so you do 4 more from accounting, economics, finance, marketing and strategic management. And then you've got room for 2 electives. You might want to do a minor in another subject, or as I mentioned before, you've got room to do a second major. As you move through the digital business major in the second, third and fourth year of the program, you'll see that the papers get quite interesting and specific in terms of what they're delivering. And in the grey boxes, you'll see the core papers for the degree. What's special about this program is that in your third and fourth year, you're doing 500 level, so graduate level papers in management, general management skills, soft skills, communication skills, leadership skills. There's data papers in there. There's global business practice papers, and that's where we also fit in the second work integrated learning paper. Our Bachelor of Business is a 3-year degree, and again in the same 10 majors. We offer 4 of those majors over in our Tauranga campus. So accounting, finance, marketing and strategic management can all be taken in our Tauranga campus, and that top right photo there is of our wonderful building in the CBD in Tauranga. And a number of our papers can also be studied at a distance and online. Again, here's the structure for the single major for the Bachelor of Business, so a typical 3-year degree. Gold papers indicating your first major. Again, the core papers are similar to the Bachelor of Management Studies. The business fundamentals. At second year, you do a data analytics paper and intercultural perspectives paper. We're very pleased with these papers and what they add to a student's program and their employability beyond study, and a work integrated learning paper. The double major, again, you've got room, as you see, for a first major in one of those 10 subjects and a second major in one of those 10 subjects or anything else offered by the university. Could be science, could be social sciences, could be arts, could be Māori and Indigenous studies. Lots of options. Here's an example of the Bachelor of Business and Finance. If you've done a lot of maths at secondary school, you won't need to do preparatory maths. But if you come to us without a strong maths background, you can still start your finance major with a prep maths paper to support your study. You'll see as you move up again through the years, the papers get quite interesting: entrepreneurial finance, investments, and you'll see the core papers in the middle there again. I mentioned accounting and our recognition by the other accreditation agencies. So CANS, CPA Australia and ACCA are the New Zealand, Australian and American associations that accredit chartered accountants. And students who take the Bachelor of Business or Management with this particular grouping of papers, you'll see that there's more gold papers in here than normal. So for accounting for chartered accountancy purposes, if you add another 4 papers, you meet the requirements to go on to be assessed to be a chartered accountant. Bachelor of Communication. So there's another session available for you to view from my colleague Fabrice, where he gets into more detail about the Bachelor of Communication. But it's a 3-year degree that we offer. It has 5 majors: applied digital communication, creative media, marketing, media production and public relations. You'll see a photo there of the Right Honourable Jacinda Ardern, our Prime Minister, who is in fact a graduate of the Bachelor of Communication at Waikato, so we're very proud of that. Again, the structure, you'll see here in the grey boxes the difference in the core papers for the Bachelor of Communication. So in your first year, you're doing fundamental skills for media and creative industries, communication competencies, digital world, and communication and organising. And then again, communication ethics, intercultural perspectives, and a work integrated learning paper make up the core of the degree. Again, the major can be in, the first major will be in one of those 5 subjects, and the second major can be in one of those or in any other subject offered by Waikato Management School or the university. So you could do a first major in public relations and a second major in strategic management, for example. And again, the structure for a double major. Here's an example of the Bachelor of Communication and Marketing. So in your first year, you do 2 marketing papers, Fundamentals of Successful Marketing and Principles of Consumer Behaviour and Research. You'll see in the second year there's some interesting papers there, and in your third year you get to choose from a number of papers to make up your major. Bachelor of Climate Change. So you might see other presentations available about this degree. We're very excited about it, and it's new on offer in 2022. Be part of the climate solution. So Waikato Management School is very pleased to be part of this whole of university qualification with 3 majors offered: economics, public relations and strategic management. And we're also contributing to the core of the degree through an economics paper. So this just shows you briefly the 3 majors we have for Waikato Management School for the Bachelor of Climate Change. So this is the economics degree, economics major. Again, you'll see in the grey boxes the different core for Bachelor of Climate Change, which is looking really exciting. Critical social science research, the crisis of climate change, introduction to climate change science, arts activism in a changing environment, and introduction to Māori, Pacific and Indigenous studies, the climate change crisis. And then moving on again to interesting papers in the 2nd and 3rd year. Public relations, obviously a key component of successful business endeavours into making a difference in climate change. And strategic management, how do we organise ourselves in our business to be at the forefront of what's needed to adapt to a changing world. Just want to talk a little bit about conjoint degree programs. We get a lot of questions about conjoint degree programs. Obviously, as I've mentioned, in all of our degrees you can do a double major, so that's one way to combine 2 different things, but equally you can do 2 separate bachelor's degrees at the same time by way of a conjoint degree program. If you do it formally as a conjoint degree program, you get a little bit more credit between the 2, transfer of credit between the 2 degrees, so you get to complete 2 degrees in a shorter amount of time than you would if you studied them separately. And I'll show you what that looks like in some degree plans shortly. We know that employers are increasingly on the lookout for well-rounded graduates with strengths in more than one area. And we've got some fantastic examples of graduates who, from conjoint programs, have gone on to some really interesting careers. So studying 2 different things simultaneously, you develop skills that are transferable across disciplines, and we have conjoint programs available in all of our undergraduate programs. So here's an example of the Bachelor of Business combined with the Bachelor of Arts. So I mentioned points before. In a typical 1 year you would do 120 points. So a Bachelor of Business is 360 points, 3 years, and the Bachelor of Arts is 360 points, 3 years. So if you did them both separately, that would take you 6 years, 720 points. By doing a conjoint, you get some credit, and so you are able to complete it in 510 points, so just over 4 years of study. You'll see in the gold on the left your Bachelor of Business major, in the blue the fundamental papers that we require for a Bachelor of Business. On the right you'll see the beige coloured Bachelor of Arts major, and in the grey the fundamental papers that are required for a Bachelor of Arts. So you get to do all of the key components of both degrees along the way. So a Bachelor of Arts major, you might want to take history, you might want to take a language and culture major, philosophy, lots of opportunities to combine really exciting things with a business major. Here's another example of the basically the same structure, same number of points, but the Bachelor of Business with the Bachelor of Science. So that could be a major in psychology, a major in molecular and cellular biology, a major in computer science. Again, combining 2 different facets that are going to be really, really important for getting out there and getting that exciting job that satisfies what you're interested in. Here's a combination of a 3-year degree with a 4-year degree. So this starts to look a little bit challenging, but it's, again, shorter than if you did the 2 degrees, one after the other. So here's that Bachelor of Laws or a Bachelor of Laws Honours with the Bachelor of Communication. Could be a really exciting combination. And you'll see there that you complete everything that's required for law, and you still get to fit in everything that's important in the Bachelor of Communication. Here's don't want to frighten you off, but here's an even bigger program, which is 2 4-year degrees the Bachelor of Management Studies with Honours and the LLB or LLB Honours. So, if you were doing these two things end on, that would take you 8 years, and as a conjoint you get them done in less than that, just over 7 years. Remembering too that just because you might start this program of study in semester 1 of your first year doesn't mean you're locked in. There's lots of opportunities to change your mind if you find that you want to go in a slightly different direction. But all good things to think about as you're beginning your journey. So now we're going to hear a student perspective. We're going to hear from Mackenzie. As I mentioned, Mackenzie's one of our third year students, and she's going to tell us about her journey so far.
Kia ora koutou. My name is Mackenzie Northcott and I'm a third year student at the University of Waikato Management School. When I am not off playing netball or running around the dance studio with my students, I study a Bachelor of Management Studies with Honours, doing a double major in Professional Accounting and Sport Development and Coaching. Did you know that here in the Management School, you can take a major in subjects that aren't directly related to the Management School? Well, guess what? It's the best part yet. Not only are you completing your business degree, you get to be a part of papers in which you're passionate about. I chose Sport Development and Coaching because I'm a super active person and love a good practical paper to balance out my accounting ones. I am originally from Pocono, South Auckland, where I attended Pocono Primary School before moving to a small high school called ACG Strathallan for my high school years. Here I was fortunate enough to be head girl, captain of my premier netball team, and gained my public speaking skills to present in front of you today. In 2018, I embarked on my journey here at the University of Waikato, and a few years down the track, it is an honour to share my experience with all of you guys today. My first interaction with the University of Waikato was when I was a kid following my mum around the campus. She was studying a Bachelor of Teaching on the Hamilton campus, and I at the time had a dream of becoming a physio. The funny thing was, at the time, and to this day, is that I don't like the look of blood nor broken bones, so quite frankly becoming a physio was clearly not an option. However, it was with my mum at this time, spending time around the campus, that made me realise that I was going to come here and study when I grew up. This became my dream. The beautiful fields, amazing lecturers, awesome gym, and I'm in the library. Wowee! Not sure if it was the resources that I was most attracted to at the time, or the hide and seek places my brother and I found in the library. But anywho, here we are today and I'm absolutely loving my uni life experience. I chose the University of Waikato not just because of the awesome hide and seek places, but also because it was close to home, which was important to me. I also chose Waikato over Auckland due to the beautiful whānau-like campus and to avoid sitting in traffic all the time, of course. Living off facilities on campus, as well as surrounding fleeting streets, make getting to uni easy as well as making the most amazing friends along the way. I am fortunate enough to be surrounded by the most amazing friends who I met in my first year at College Hall. College Hall was by far a life-changing experience. From the countless movie-watching evenings, King's Cup losses, and the late evening Macca's trips, my friends and I started our journey together, mates that I continue to live with today and cherish our memories endlessly. Had I not come to the University of Waikato, these mates would not be in my life today. My nana once told me, if you have a dream, there are always ways to make it happen. For me, my one dream is to one day become a chartered accountant and travel the world. Therefore, to make this dream a reality, I need to study hard, pass those dreaded exams, learn to drink coffee, because quite frankly you need it, have fun, and most importantly, make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. Through the last 3 years, I've had made the most of every opportunity. Last year I became an ambassador for the Waikato Management School, treasurer for Beta Alpha Psi, vice president for the Waikato Management School Student Association, and became a 100 level accounting tutor. Not only have I loved every minute of these extracurricular activities, I have created relationships and formed connections with potential employees for the near future. Fortunately, through the internship program that is offered here at the Waikato Management School, I have now gained 2 internships with PricewaterhouseCoopers, also known as PwC. PwC has provided me with invaluable learning opportunities, putting my university studies into action, as well as providing the stepping stone into the real world after my university days come to an end. For me, the University of Waikato ticked all of my boxes, and I couldn't think of a better place to spend my time at university. My final message for you all comes from Michelle Obama. The only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them. So my challenge to you all, dream big and make that dream a reality. And remember, don't stop believing. Thank you.
It's great to hear from Mackenzie. It's always good to get things directly from a student as to how they found things. Just to reinforce some of the messages she had there, we have a wonderful array of student clubs, and you'll see on the next slide just the details about some of the clubs that we have. But we do a lot to support our students. We're very proud of the facilities that we have, the online connectedness we have with our students. We're supporting students around the world with their studies, as well as across New Zealand. And Waikato Management School is very proud of our current students, our graduates and our alumni. Here's some of the clubs, and Mackenzie mentioned a few of these, but we have Tauranga Ngāku for our Māori students. We have an organisation, which is an international organisation we are part of, Beta Alpha Psi, for our accounting and finance students. WMS is the club for all Waikato management students. You all belong to that, and they do some awesome things. Just celebrated 11 years now, actually. We have a study abroad network for international students. PIMSA, which is a wonderful group that supports our Pacifica students. MIXA is our marketing, PR and comms student. And really new initiative, student-led initiative. These are all student-led initiatives. Our Women in Business Network, all WMS students are welcome to join. And it's a wonderful program and involves mentoring and support for our students. So thank you for joining us today. It's been wonderful to talk to you. Just to finish off, some WMS Specific Scholarships. You'll have heard about the other scholarships that are available for the University of Waikato, school leaver scholarships and other scholarships, but we have these 3 specific scholarships that are available for students who are starting their study with WMS, and you can find out more information about those on the scholarships page of the University of Waikato website. If you want to find out more about Waikato Management School, you can email us. You can visit our webpage, and you can check us out on Facebook. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Kia ora.